What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Homegrown Career Mode. This is episode number 12. I want to start today's episode by saying sorry there was no episodes yesterday. I uploaded a new episode of Club and Country, and because the England game was on the evening, I didn't think that many people would watch two videos in one day with the England game as well. So I thought I'll save this one till today, and we'll come up with an afternoon episode of the Homegrown Career Mode where we start off with some training, and as you can see as well, we've got some tournament prize money for our progress to the next round of the FA Cup after our third round victory over Grimsby Town in the last episode, where Theo Walcott marked his second debut with the Saints by bagging a hat-trick and showing the fans what he's all about again. And also in today's episode, we start off with a bid here for Ryan Bertrand. Quite an interesting one as well. Juventus wanting to take the left-back to Turin. And I wasn't against selling Ryan Bertrand because we've got four left-backs here already. Luke Shaw, of course, is our main one. And from next season onwards, we'll only be allowed to use two players that are homegrown in the nation. And I don't think Bertrand's going to make the cut. So I asked Juventus for quite a bit of money, £18 million. They said they were sticking to their price tag, 8.9 million, and I thought, well, we could take it, but for this season, squad depth is important, so I'd rather just keep him here, and we'll try and sell him next season instead. And also, there's a bit for Ward-Prowse as well, two bids actually. One bid straight away, and then one came in from Arsenal as well for £18 million. A pretty decent fee for James Ward-Prowse. But the homegrown players that are trained by the club are like gold dust in this team. We wouldn't sell Ward-Prowse for like £60 million because he's one of the best players we produced at the academy here. So yeah, Ward-Prowse is going to be staying, and there's no doubt about that. But following that, we find out our opponents for the FA Cup fourth round. You'll see it in today's episode, and it's Crystal Palace at St Mary's as well, as our home run continues. 4 of our 5 games in January are going to be at St Mary's, and since we've really picked up our home form this season, I was pretty pleased with the draw. It certainly won't be an easy game, but I'm looking forward to it, and it will be in today's episode as well. And also some more training there for Cook and Collins and Jeremy Martin as well, and you'll see in today's episode we take off Collins from the training and just now focus on Cook and Martin, mainly because these two guys are our hottest prospects from the academy. Cook, of course, in the centre-back role. We've got to get this guy trained up to around 75 overall come the end of the season. He's going to get 3 of the 5 slots minimum between now and the rest of the campaign. He needs to be in the early to mid 70s, lowest come the end of the season, heading to season 2. And also, of course, we know Martin right now is the only potential to be special player we have at the academy, and therefore he needs more training too. But for the first game of today's episode, we'll return to Premier League duty, staying at St Mary's as we will take on Everton on the back of our victory over Grimsby Town. As Theo Walcott would start this game as well, up top once again, because in the last game against Grimsby where he looked so good, I thought he's got to be a striker this year, and I think this is going to be his best role this season. Ward-Prowse does a right down the right-hand side. Walcott offers more pace, but when going forward, he looks so threatening. Hit the post right at the end of the first half there, looking our most dangerous player once again. But in the second half, Everton almost went in front 11 after the restart. However, Angus Gunn, what an introduction this young goalkeeper has been to our first team. We started the season off defending abysmal, with our defending being abysmal, but we put Gunn in goal for McCarthy, and Angus Gunn has been superb. Next season, with one of the 2 homegrown players being trained in the nation, I think Gunn's going to make the cut. I really like this goalkeeper a lot, and later on another chance for the Toffees. That shot goes wide, the post and behind for a goal kick from Pereira, and our final chance for this stoppage time where we almost nicked all 3 points. Danny Ings denied by a great save by Jordan Pickford, as the former Sunderland goalkeeper kept out Ings and kept the score scoreless, and that was how the game finished. So final score, Southampton 0, Everton 0. Not a bad result there against Marco Silva's team. Would have liked back-to-back victories, however, another clean sheet. And I've got to say, we've really picked up our defence this season. And I mentioned a moment ago, the introduction of Angus Gunn to this first 11. All I'm saying is I wish he came out of Southampton Academy, because he's been absolutely brilliant. It's yet another clean sheet for Gunn. And right now I'm thinking, who is Alex McCarthy? You know, seriously, because Angus Gunn is just keeping every single shot at bay and looking the real deal between the sticks as a real bright prospect for the future. But for the second game of the 3 today, we would indeed take on Crystal Palace in the FA Cup fourth round, staying at St Mary's, where McCarthy would indeed return in goal, as he's going to be our cup goalkeeper this season, with a fully rotated side, stuck with a 4-4-2, because we're playing quite well this system right now. We've only had 2 defeats in our last 11 games, pretty impressive, and we haven't lost at St Mary's for quite some time now, so feeling pretty confident heading to the game despite the fully weakened lineup. And the first chance of the game would fall just 5 minutes in to Southampton, with Danny Ings on the ball, rolling it through to Ethan Collins. Collins found Jeremy Martin as the academy graduates linked up, and Martin with a burst, been cuts inside and goes for goal, but fires it wide, post behind for a goal kick. But in the first half, you can see why Martin's getting so much training this season at the academy. He was looking like our brightest prospect, and the 16-year-old is definitely showing glimpses of being a future star. Great chance he just for a break with a lovely teasing cross to the back stick, hung it up in the air perfectly, but Nathan Dyer's head went off target and behind for a goal kick. And as we are still tied at 0-0 heading into the break, the shooting boots were certainly lacking in the first half, but in the second half, Palace started off with Jordan Ayew going for goal from range, and Alex McCarthy, trying to get back in my good books, made a very good save there to his credit as he pushed that shot behind as it was still 0-0. And just past the hour mark, yet another chance for the Saints. Sam Gallagher beat his man to the ball, went for goal from just inside the area and smacked one off the post with the weaker left foot. Of course, don't forget he scored a brace at Crystal Palace earlier on in the season in our first win in the campaign. Very close there, sending us through to the fifth round. Unfortunately, Woodward denied him, and that was how the game finished. So another goalless draw, back-to-back 0-0s, but yet another clean sheet for Southampton, and once again, we defended really well. Marty, my man, the match was the most dangerous player out there, but I was starting to get a little bit concerned because, of course, we put 4 goals past Grimsby Town. Yes, they're a League 2 side, but back-to-back games failing to score, not really looking too accurate in going through on goal. It is a little bit concerning, and if we want this good form to continue, we've got to start being a little bit more clinical in front of goal. But following that, yet another bid for Ryan Bertrand. Once again, we turned it down, this time from Chelsea, as the Blues wanted to take him back to Stamford Bridge. And again, I was considering it, a little bit, but I feel as though this season squad depth so important. We can try and sell him next season, and for now he can stay, because again, I like Bertrand. I think he's a really good player. He's a left-sided player. Never forget he started the Champions League final against Bayern Munich back in 2012 as a left winger for Chelsea. He's a good left-sided player, very good defensive coverage, and for now, again, he adds squad depth, adds quality and depth, and that's most important. But for the third and final game, we took on Crystal Palace once again, this time back in the Premier League.
Morgan Schneiderlin.
Well, we're looking at a potential star for Southampton in this match, no doubt about that.
3 in his last 3, really been his team's man of the moment.
20, Adam Lallana. Number 8.
And pre-game, Martin Tyler and Alan Smith were quick to point out Theo Walcott as perhaps the star of the show to watch in this game against Crystal Palace after his hat-trick against Grimsby Town just a couple of weeks ago. And once again, he would start up top in this game, and I mentioned it in the first game in today's episode against Everton. I really feel this season that's where he should be playing for us most, because he looks really threatening when running in behind with the pace. We got Ings, he's pretty quick, but not quite as quick as Theo Walcott. He's looking like a real threat when playing up top as part of the front two. And right from kick-off, 12 minutes in, that's exactly what happened for the first chance of the game. Walcott sent through one-on-one, but oh my goodness, this was an abysmal little segment. One-on-one, I had too much time there, if you know what I mean. Sort of overthought that a little bit. Went to smash it in, got it close down the angle, shot was saved, and the follow-up shot was blocked. It was still 0-0. Gunn made a good save there, as it was still goalless heading into the break. Palace would dominate possession in the first half, and there weren't that many chances created. In the second half, just 4 minutes after the restart, Herman German, anyone remember him from my Hertha Berlin save? Went for goal from range, but again, it was Angus Gunn making a brilliant save there as he kept it at 0-0. And just a few minutes later, another chance for the Saints. Redmond gets in behind the back line here, down the left-hand side, steps inside, goes for goal, and Redmond denied by Gaita, as it was still 0-0, and it was a game for the goalkeepers here as Gaita and Gunn were putting on a show and keeping the score scoreless. So still 0-0. We were looking set for back-to-back goalless draws in the Premier League and 3 goalless draws in a row in all competitions. For with 21 minutes to go, Charlie Austin fed Nathan Redmond, and Redmond, one of our players of the season, smashed it in, made it 1-0, and finally broke the deadlock to give us our first goal since the game against Grimsby at the start of the month. It was good hold-up play by Austin down left-hand side as well, just waiting for the run of Redmond in behind the defender. Lovely little angled run there. Austin picks him out, Redmond would have finished, smashed it home, and finally we went a goal up. And as soon as we got the goal, it was like, it was almost like the pressure was off now. Now we'd found that goal, we could play without pressure. Now 11 minutes to go, Lallana fed James Ward-Prowse, who played a brilliant through ball into Theo Walcott, and Walcott with a step over, beat the covering defender, put it past Gaita, and into the back of the net for his 4th goal in 3 starts. Theo is back, baby, and you can see by his celebration, he is loving his return to St Mary's Stadium. Another goal for Walcott, and this season, you best believe, every game he plays for us, he'll surely be starting up top as part of the front two. I love him in this position. Great composure there, great step over, great finish, and so glad to get another win. So So, 2-0 the final score, another win for the Saints, and again, only 2 defeats in, I think, our last 13 games now. We've really picked it up since a really struggling start to the season, and it's like a house upgrade as well, because St Mary's at the start of the season was like a house of straw. Every team was rocking up and beating us at every game we played them, but now we're so much more formidable at St Mary's, looking like a much better team. Another clean sheet, another 3 points, and we stay in 9th place with 15 games to go. We've certainly got ourselves out of the slump. But that will end today's episode of the Homegrown Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a great day, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.